often you can give a date or a length of time and it will happen as you speak it out. I met this lady who I'd never seen before, and I really felt like the Lord wanted me to speak to her and prophesy to her. Now, what happens very often with me is I don't know what I'm going to say until I actually open my mouth. And even though I just felt like I needed to prophesy. So
and you know what? There are a lot of people like that are watching us, but you're not opening your mouth. And that's why the prophetic isn't coming out, because there is a faith dimension.
Yeah,
but go ahead.
It's really scary. Oh, I'm scared every time, but I just think, well, I'm going to give it a go. So I went up to her and I said, excuse me, I said, I've got a message for you from God. Do you want to hear it? That's what I said. I don't always say that, but I said it to her that day. Now, at that point, I still didn't have a message. So she says to me, yeah, okay, tell me what it is. Now, she knew nothing about God, but as I start to open my mouth, it comes out. And I said, you've been going through a terrible time for about 2 years. You can't even sleep at night. You're in such a bad way. You've got all this anxiety. You don't know what's going to happen. But I said, you've been crying out and you've said, God, if you're real, I need a miracle. And so I said to her, I've come to tell you that God is real, he's heard your cries, and you're going to have a miracle. I said, but what he wants you to know is, when you give your life to him completely, within 2 weeks, everything is going to turn around for you. Now, as I'm saying this, she's crying. So I said, you know, she says, yes, everything you said is true. I'm on tranquilizers, I'm about to lose my home, the whole family's against me. She was going through such a terrible time. She really had been crying out to God. So anyhow, I tell her about Jesus. She gives her life to Jesus, and within 2 weeks, everything completely transformed, just like I'd prophesied to her. And it was just incredible what God did in her life.
God's given you another paradigm for revival. You used to pray, pray, pray. God, send revival. God, send revival. God, you there? Send revival. But God's shown you it's a little different. Explain.
Yes, after praying for so many, and it's not wrong to pray for revival, but I realised that actually Jesus has already been, and just for me to start revival everywhere I go, because he lives on the inside of me. I've got the whole of the kingdom of heaven on the inside of me. So I can start revival everywhere I go. That's what I realised. And as soon as I came to that realization, then revival did begin to happen. And it's not just in a shop or in a cafe, but literally everywhere I go.
That's wonderful that you can do it. But can everyone watching us now do this?
Yes, definitely.